Hey guys, Dylan from the Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you my reaction to Agatha All Along, Season 1, Episode 2, titled Circle Sewn with Fate, Unlock Thy Hidden Gate. With old foes in hot pursuit, Agatha and team gather a desperate coven to walk the witch's road. Now, we've seen all the witches that they gather during the trailers, so there's no real speculation about that. There's also the fact that none of these are pre-established characters, except for one, so there would have been no way to figure out who they are anyway. And with the old foes is relating to what, what's her name? Harry. Vidal. That's Rhea Vidal. I thought it was Rhea. Yeah, she mentioned the Salem 7 in the end of the last episode. I don't know whether I've got to cut that out or just leave that embarrassing pause in where I couldn't remember her name, but yeah. Anyway, she mentioned the Salem 7, which are going to be completely different from their comic counterparts, so don't know what to expect there. But we'll probably start to find out in this episode. So let's get it started in 3, 2, 1, go. It's a different tone than it normally is. Down you go, down the witch's road. Still have no idea what he says there. Exoe effeminum affixum. I could not figure out how that was spelled to translate it. Also, apparently that was her idea. To go out naked. Apparently she was meant to grab the robe before going outside, but Catherine Hahn was like, yeah, nah, Agatha wouldn't worry about that, so just left in the nude. That is the when she said to take her power, no one else that I watched had that in their reaction. Like it wasn't in any of the breakdowns I saw or 14. But how do you know of the road if real witches don't let it be known? There's a fair point. Does he not have control over his ability? Hmm. I mean, if he is who we think he is, um, the idea of him needing control over his power is, yeah. Because the first time I was introduced to that character was during. That was an actual effect, not for trailers. But yeah, first time I was introduced to him was in the Civil War comics, and yeah, he wasn't the most powerful then. He's also not aware that she can't. Agatha, what are you? Is that like a muscle memory thing or? And it little Wanda's little headpiece graffitied on it. I mean, you're probably not the first person to have done that. Well, that's another point towards it being who we think it is. I love this dynamic already. Madame Calderoo. Did she just steal his little hanging thing to wear as a necklace? I must have read that wrong because I swear that said Scottish accent and Southern. I don't know how I got Scottish from Southern, but you do have some ability. What was that? You son of a bitch. I'm in. So does he count as one of the seven? Why is she being so secretive about that? Clairvoyancy. I think, does that fall under white or what kind of? Your divination's told you you can't exactly say no to fate. Honestly, a candle that you can be ingested. It's like those regenerative candles. It's so another magicless witch. Yet potions are able to be done without magic. Hmm. Fair. Hmm. Showing your one whose power told them they needed to join, one who has a specific reason, did say bound by some weird thing of fate. Blood Witch. Hmm? I want a corn dog. Hmm. When it was panning up after coming out of Jen's, I thought there was going to be another animal. So does she not know? She might not know about actual magic. One second. Might help if I unmuted myself. Or did you slip it into her pocket? Another Eastview thing. There was a crash in Eastview. 2 people died. Related to the dead one in a um fantasy world. He's from Eastview. He was the one to snap her out of the fit. Could that be linked? There's a wolf. Would have more said that looked like a coyote, but I've never actually seen a coyote in real life, so maybe there are wolves. And ripped out. She called Agatha the Three of Pentacles, or was that the divination thing? She called her the High Priestess, which is another tarot. You just happen to know where Rio is? No, Mrs. Hart. Or, what's her real name? So, her husband passed in the last 3 years. That's unfortunate. Just heard an owl. Yeah, Senor Sketchy. I did hear another theory that he is not who most people think it is. Instead, he is Nicholas Scratch reincarnated, as in Agatha's son. Again, this is reminding me of The Craft. Down the road, down the riches road. The only words I remembered. Lock thy hidden gate. They said the episode title. Where's the familiar? Hmm. So there is a part of Mrs. Davis that does know what to do. Is she actually an unknown witch? Why are some of them walking like this? she's, she's just happy to be there. I'm concerned that the blood witch had something running down her face, but it just looks like her makeup's running. Hmm. Oh, hey, it's the door. Yeah, those do look a bit heavy. She gave her the option to leave. Oh, that is unsettling. And the door's gone. Hmm. I can see why this and the first episode dropped together because it is does feel like two parts of the same story. Apparently, the last two episodes are going to be the same, which isn't that uncommon. But I'm watching this the day that episode 3 releases, so I think I'm jumping straight into that after this, because I am confusion. So we've got Sharon, Lilia, Jen. I missed the Blood Witch's name when they said it. We can't know the teen's name. And Agatha. That's our coven. Mm-hmm. The iconography of witches traveling down a coloured road that is different from the setting that they're in, having lost shoes. Very Wizard of Oz, which, yeah. So we know this is going to be pulling from a lot of different witch media. And one of them is The Wizard of Oz. There is definitive craft elements. There's probably going to be Hocus Pocus, something I've never seen. I don't... Charmed. Charmed is another big one. Sabrina. I'm not sure about those two because they're owned by other studios. Because I'm pretty sure Wizard of Oz is a Fox thing. Oz. Wizard of Oz rights holder. It's MGM. The film rights to... That's the books. Movie. Okay. So, I guess that does mean that, what's it called? What did I just say? Charmed, Sabrina, can be used in this because they don't own the rights to, Wizard of Oz. What's the craft then? Colombia. Okay. So yeah, no, that's gonna be very interesting because, like, as I said, we know they do Wizard of Oz stuff. Obviously, the road at the start is very yellow brick road. We know there's gonna be where Jen and Lilia are Glinda and the Wicked Witch I don't know if they're going to say Elphaba like in the book, or if it's just going to be the witch. I didn't really pick up on any of the other trials that we've seen so far in the trailers, so I can't really tell what that they're going to be, how they relate to each one. It says that once you finish the road, you will get what you need. Yet it also seems like each specific witch will have their own challenge until it's narrowed down to just the final member. Sort of like a I'm going through the Harry Potter books again, and in the Philosopher's Stone, how they went through the Devil's Snare, didn't leave anyone, went through the keys, didn't leave anyone, left Ron at the chessboard, went through the troll, was taken down already, went through the potion, left Hermione, and then Harry's at the end. Like, it sort of feels like we're going to be losing a member of this coven at each of the trials until it is just Agatha and the teen, based on how the trailer was cut. Because like I said, Lilia and Jen were in the Wizard of Oz one, yet you didn't see any Sharon, didn't see any of the Blood Witch, didn't see any of Teen. Agatha was there as well, so maybe that's not entirely correct then, because that was cut to seem like those three, but there's another shot that seems like it's Agatha and Teen at the end. But if he's not there for a previous trial, how could he be there for the final one? Maybe I'm just wrong about that. Okay. Well, we got introduced to the Salem 7. And by introduced, I mean they creepily walked down a road. Two of them got into Agatha's house. Possibly a third one. Like, I don't know if the one that the teen ran from upstairs is the same one who was doing the creepy crawly down the stairs. There must be some magic in Mrs. Davis, because it seems like otherwise the Witch's Road wouldn't have appeared, because apparently the the Green Witch, is the most important, and she's the one that they were replacing. Or maybe they just need a nature-aligned person, not necessarily a witch. And the road was assessing whether there was enough magical abilities within the people. Because it mentioned in the song that it needed a familiar in one of the lines. Yet, at that point, Agatha's familiar, Senor Scratchy, was not in the house or anywhere near it. Also, the teen, who she said, he's my pet, this is my familiar Toto, he wasn't in the house either. So, whichever way you look at it, the familiar was not there. And it was only once he came into the house, with the Salem 7 breaking in as well, so there was even more Wiccan power in the proximity, that the door appeared. Or did it appear because it knew that this coven needed an escape? Because that's the thing with magical pathways and that. You can never really tell just how sentient they are at their doorway. Like, once you get in there, the trails are tailor-made specifically for the members of the coven that are going through it. It's just a general thing in these kind of stories. So once you get in there, yeah, the whole area, the magic is sentient, but the actual doorway itself, it's dependent on what you're reading or watching or yeah. I want the lyrics of the Ballad of the Witch's Road, because it seems like we might be able to figure out some things about the series. Interesting. So I went on to the Marvel MCU wiki, and one on the side how it suggests related articles, it's got teen listed as Billy Kaplan. So I don't think this is necessarily correct. It's also got Alice. That's the witch's name, I forgot. Anyway, seekest thou the road to all that's foul and fair, gather sisters fire, water, earth, and air. Obviously, fire, water, earth, air, the four base elements, commonly associated with Wicca and that. Like, what was it? What was it in the craft? North was fire, south was water, east was air, so I want to say west was earth, because normally they're also related to a cardinal point, then because you'll stand at different cardinal points in a circle. However, if it's a pentagram, you need a fifth person, so there's usually like a soul element or something. It's gonna annoy me. What was the chant in the craft? Anyway, while I'm looking for that, I'm going to say oh yeah. Watchtower of the East, power of air and invention. South, power of fire. West, power of water. North, power of earth. Okay, so I was wrong. I got one of them correct. It's weird that fire and water and earth and air are next to each other. They're normally the opposites, but anyway. Yeah, so you see another witchy thing, invoking the exact same four elements. Darkest hour wake thy power, earthly and divine. Burn and brew with coven true, and glory shall be thine. Down, down, down the road, down the witch's road. Circles sown with fate, unlock thy hidden gate. The title of the episode. Marching ever forward, neath the wooden shrine. I stray not from the path, I hold death's hand in mine. Now, interestingly, again, this could be the wiki being weird, but death is both capitalized and hyperlinked. And we know from the comics, death is an actual person. Anyway, primal night giveth sight, familiar by thy side. And this was when Teen and the rabbit were outside, so it wasn't quite right. If one be gone, we carry on, spirit as our guide. Which again leads into the whole, they're going to go trials, and if one of them falls in a trial, the rest have to go on. Down the road, down the witch's road. Blood and tears and bone, maiden mother crow. That's the triple goddess on her brooch. We know this. And The road is wild and wicked, winding through the woods, where all that's wrong is right and all that's bad is good. Through many miles of tricks and trails we'll wander high and low. Tame your fears, the door appears, the time has come to go. Which, through many miles of tricks and trials, is the title of the next episode. So that's another line from this ballad that is a title. So I'm assuming all of them are going to draw from this at one point or another. Okay. Tame your fears, a door appears, the time has come to go. The door appears right as the Sewn 7 are scaring the shit out of the teen, and they do scare the witches down in the basement when they hear them approaching, and they say it's time to go in relation to going down the road. So maybe it's not just you need the coven and the incantation, but you need to be in the right mindset of, I need somewhere to go, seeketh and thou shalt find, sort of thing. Interesting. I do wonder how much of this ballad is directly referencing events that we will see in this series. Because it's separated into 3 parts. Yeah. 3 parts, each with 8 lines, and then separated by the Down the Witch's Road chant. And yeah, so interesting. Looking at this, wake thy power, darkest hour, wake thy power, earthly and divine. They needed Sharon because they believe that she is a green witch, which is one related to the earth and plants and that. And so suddenly they bring her down to the coven, they do the chant, and the one that's most important is the one that there's got the substitution for, and there's a line about awakening earthly powers. Burn and brew with covens true. Oh no, never mind, dumbass. Earthly, divine, burn, brew. It's not earthly and divine. It's earthly and divine. They're 2 separate things. There should be a comma between that, because those are the 4 witches you need. Earth, divination, fire, and a potion. I'm not quite sure. They mentioned that she was a blood witch, like born into it. Protection magic. What does that have to do with burn, though? That gets rid of my entire thing. Because burn is the opposite of protect. Never mind. Something to think about. I've been rambling on for a while, and it's probably going nowhere. As I said, I'm jumping straight into the next episode, so I'm not going to have anything to mention at the start. So, yeah, with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.